So guys, today we got the new Port-a-Fort grenade added into Fortnite Battle Royale, and with this new update, we got a ton of new changes added into the game. So in this video, I just want to go over all the new patch notes that we just got today for this update, because this update is gigantic. It might be the biggest update ever to Fortnite, and there are just a ton of changes that were added in this update. So I'm going to be going over all the patch notes in today's video, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to try to do the least amount of takes as I possibly can. I kind of just want to, make this commentary unedited, so I might stutter a little bit, so just excuse me, if I end up doing this, but I just want to, kind of make the video easier to edit for me, because this video might be very, very long. So let's just go over, the new Port-a-Fort grenade, because I'm sure a lot of you want to know, how is it? A lot of people were worried about it, and I actually got to use it. So let me just go over all the details on this thing. So it comes in epic rarity. It drops in stacks of 1, but you can stack up to 5, but you can only find 1 at a time. When the Port-a-Fort is thrown, a pre-made fort is constructed instantly at the impact point. The Port-a-Fort is made out of metal and is 3 stories tall. The bottom floor is a 1x1 with a door for entry. Tires inside allow for easy access to the roof. So guys, this thing's a little bit bigger than people thought it was gonna be. Like, this is actually a giant fort, and it will help you. Like, if you throw this thing, at the ground, and it just starts building it, you're gonna have height advantage over your opponent, and your opponent's gonna be super surprised because they're not expecting it. But yeah, I didn't really get a lot of gameplay with it. The gameplay that you guys are seeing is the only gameplay that I got of it, so I think I need to play a couple more games before I'm actually gonna make an opinion on it. Do I think it's gonna be OP? Kinda, in a way, but there is, aspects to it that it isn't OP. Like, you're kind of out in the open, and obviously it kind of stands out, when someone sees it. So I don't really know, guys. I think you guys just need to judge your own opinion, and I think we need to wait, to actually have a lot more experience with using this, in the game. So I'm just gonna go ahead and, just say that right now I think it might be a little bit OP, but I just don't want to confirm that, until I have a lot more experience. Another thing that was added today in Fortnite that is new are disco rooms. These are around the map. There are a total of 3 so far. There's one in Flesh Factory, there's one near Haunted House by Pleasant Park, and there's one in RV Park near Retail Row. I mean, obviously these are just dance floors that you can just go ahead with your friends and just have fun. I mean, they're kind of cool. There's really no point to adding them, but I understand why they did. It's just to make the game a little bit more fun to play with your friends. But another new thing was added, and that is the replay feature, or I should say, like, pretty much the theater mode of Fortnite Battle Royale. Like, this feature is going to be awesome, especially for people who make videos like me, because you can make awesome thumbnails. Like, you can go into this theater mode and go free roam. You can literally free roam around the map, and there's tons and tons of features, to pick from and use, in this replay feature. So guys, definitely go ahead and check it out. It saves some of your most recent games, so if you have a cool clip, you can go back and watch that and, save it using the PSN, or I should say Xbox or PS4 capture card that's built in, or if you have an Elgato, that's even better. We also got brand new squad commands, which was definitely needed, especially if you're someone who likes playing squads but you don't have anyone to team up with. You can use these commands to request things, like, say you need materials, you can use the command to point out to your teammates that, hey, I need materials, or say I need shields. Like, these are really, really useful, so I'm glad that they finally added something to communicate with randoms, that don't have mics. Now going into some of the patch notes for today's update. There are a ton of them, so just bear with me, and if I stutter, I apologize. I'm trying to not cut the commentary as much as possible, just kind of have a more natural commentary with you guys. So starting off with the general fixes, wood, stone, and metal resources will now always be the first items in your inventory list. Purchase V-Bucks are now shared between Xbox One, PC, and mobile. Login queue improvements. During wait periods, login will now remember you, place in line if you quit out of the game and returned. Mobile devices will not enter the login queue more than once per login attempt. Two-factor authentication, challenges will not put you back into the login queue. Alright, getting into some of the more bug fixes, we had adjustments to the login screen layout to better support varying screen sizes and safe zones. Fix a rare crash that occurred during logout. Fix PS4 players leaving their party after a match where they are playing with players on other platforms. Fix Survivor and Hero Squads being locked after switching to Save the World from Battle Royale. On PC, fix PS4 controllers showing Xbox buttons even after the controller type was changed in the settings. Fix rare cases in which character parts would stretch unnaturally. Example, Ears of the Rabbit Raider outfit. Fix the inability to rotate elements in the Battle Royale locker after buying a llama in Save the World. Let's get into some of the other changes with the guns and items. They added a short equip time to many weapons, particularly those with a slower rate of fire. This will reduce the effectiveness of quickly switching between weapons for high burst damage. So pretty much what this is saying is, say you have a, pump shotgun and you shoot it once and you quickly switch to your tac submachine gun. That is what you used to do, and it used to be a very good method because these are two guns that work very well together. It's a very good combination to pretty much just slaughter your opponent. But now you can't do that. That's why they added this short equip time, so it's gonna slow it down so you can't really do that anymore. They also reduce the chances of getting, better loot, or I should say better, rarities of the vending machines. So you're not gonna see as much, rare, or I should say legendary or epic, loot in these vending machines because they reduce it by a lot. So I don't know how to feel about this. I mean, I thought it was actually fine, to be honest with you, but honestly, it might be better for the game if they did this, so I'm kind of glad that they did this, but you're not going to see as many like RPGs or scars, out of these things. So I guess that's good in a way. We also got some more bug fixes here, and these are changes, or I should say fixes, that were 100% needed. Like, let me just get into some of this stuff. They fixed the floating weapon glitch. Like, finally, guys, they finally fixed it. Like, if you guys don't remember, if you guys were in a gunfight or anything, sometimes when you switch, quickly between your weapons, it wouldn't let you. Like, a floating gun would be in mid-air, and it was super annoying. You had to go to your pickaxe to fix this, but it's now totally fixed. So finally, guys, this was the most annoying glitch I feel like I've ever had to dealt with in any video game. Eliminating a down player with a guided missile no longer reports as a self-elimination. Picking up an item at the same time as firing a guided missile will no longer cause the picked up item to disappear. Firing a guided missile prior to the victory screen displaying will no longer prevent the player from returning to the lobby. Players will now correctly spectate the player that eliminated them instead of spectating their own active missile. Players will now correctly spectate the player that eliminated them instead of spectating their own active missile. While spectating a player that fires a missile, you will now follow the missile instead of the player. Fix an issue that caused the player to spectate a floating guided missile weapon on the starting island if they were eliminated by a missile during the match. Fix an issue preventing the player from firing a guided missile while riding a guided missile. Fix an issue causing the player's name played to display over the guided missile while controlling it. Fix an issue where the rare scoped assault rifle was incorrectly giving an epic version in vending machines. Fix an issue causing the loot llama to be empty in the limited time modes. So we got a version 2 of the 50v50 mode. Let me just go ahead and read everything for you guys. So it says, due to this being a large squad mode, profile stats will not be tracked. Daily and weekly challenges will still work with the exception of a squad based challenge. For the Stormman map, each team has their own bus, approaching the island from opposite directions. On the map, the friendly bus has a blue outline, enemy as red. Final storm circle visible on minimap at start. So what the big change is players now have 10 minutes just for looting. There's going to be no combat whatsoever. This time is just for looting and getting materials and, weapons to pretty much the big finale that's going to happen. So 10 minutes to just loot the map as the storm closes in on the circle. Then 5 minutes just to fight. Like, this is going to be a big finale of just 50v50. and then another 5 minutes as the storm shrinks to the end. So this is quite a bit changed, and honestly I think this mode is going to be awesome now. Like, you literally just spend 10 minutes on looting, gathering materials for this, you know, big gigantic fight that's going to happen, and it's all going to come down to the end, and it's just going to be chaotic. So I think this is going to be quite some fun, and I might have to record a gameplay for you guys of me trying this out. They also added a new Builder Pro configuration for people who are on console. This is literally, you know, what it says. It's going to pretty much have faster building, but it is going to take away from, you know, the Combat Pro configuration that most players are using right now. So pretty much every single building piece, you know, that is available in the game is mapped to a specific, you know, button on your controller. It's kind of like PC, how you can, you know, map your mouse, you know, buttons so that when you press a button, it's going to go straight to your stairs. You don't have to press, you know, circle and then R1 or, you know, to get to whatever, you know, piece that you want. One button on your controller is literally going to put you right away to a staircase. You aren't going to have to press any other buttons after that, except, you know, placing it after. So this is pretty much going to speed up building on console, and if you're interested in that, then I would definitely go ahead and try it out. But, you know, for me, I'm still going to stick to that Combat Pro, because I think, honestly, you know, killing and, you know, more combat in this game is going to be more important than building. I mean, you can still build, you know, kind of fast with the Combat Pro, obviously not as fast as this one, but it is taking away from a lot of the combat, you know, perspective of the game. So I'm going to stick to the Combat Pro configuration for now. One of the other cool things that they did in this update is they added some new audio sounds for some of the guns. So one of the other cool things that they did in this update is they added more sounds to some of the weapons. So it says added unique equip/reload sounds for the following weapons: epic sus legendary assault rifle, heavy shotgun, pump shotgun, bolt action sniper, hunting rifle, and they also added more variation to the tactical SMG fire sound, added more variation to the medium range epic sus legendary assault rifle fire sound. Going back to some of the nerfs on the weapons, they literally nerfed the crap out of the guided missile. This is a huge nerf. Let me just go over everything here. It says decrease guided missile maximum turn rate by 75%. So before you're able to turn this thing, you know, kind of dodge and weave through objects to go through buildings and stuff like that, now that's pretty much going to be impossible. Since they reduce, you know, the turn rate by 75%, this thing is pretty much just going to be able to go straight. If you try to turn, it's going to go extremely slow, and you're probably going to crash into something. So this was nerfed, you know, drastically. They also reduced guided missile movement speed by 15%. Sorry. So that means that the missile is now going to be 15% slower. It was already pretty slow, guys, so now it's going to be easier to shoot these missiles out of midair. So the guided missile is now not nearly as powerful as it was before, and honestly, I'm glad that they nerfed it. I think this thing was a little bit too overpowered to begin with, so for me, I'm kind of excited to see, you know, if people still use this or not. There's some other changes that they added as well, like bug fixes that aren't as big, but they still are very, very helpful and need to be fixed. If you guys want to read the rest of those, I will have the, you know, this full article linked down below in the description. But guys, these are all the main changes and fixes that were in today's update. This is a massive update, guys, and you know, they fixed a lot of the bugs that were needed. So I'm, you know, finally happy that like the floating gun glitch is finally fixed. Like, this game is going to feel a lot more smoother now after this update. I didn't go over some of the other bug fixes that weren't as big, you know, towards the end of this article, but if you guys, you know, really want to read those, I will have this full article linked down below in the description. But guys, I know this video kind of ran a little bit long. That's not a bad thing. There was just a lot to go over in this video, and we didn't even get, you know, through all the stuff. Like, we got over all the main stuff, but some of the smaller stuff I didn't go over. But guys, I hope you still enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like. If you guys are new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button. I do post daily Fortnite videos here on my channel. But guys, have a good rest of the day. Peace out, everyone.
And you know me, turn the 02 into the 03, dog. Without 40 Ollie, there be no me. Imagine if I never met the broskies. God's plan, God's plan. I can't do this on my own, hey, no, hey. Someone watching this shit close, yup.